barely 2 weeks into 2021 and we already have an exciting new smartphone to talk about. Today, January 14th, Samsung unveiled the Galaxy S21 Series, and early this week, we got a sneak peek. The new S21 looks sleeker, has improved cameras, and now supports the S Pen. Hi, I'm MICHAELJOSH, your gadget matchmaker, helping you find the right device to match your needs. In a few days after I've spent some quality time with the S21, I'll be posting my buyer's guide and review video, so make sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel so you don't miss it. In the meantime, let's get to know Samsung's new Galaxy S21 Trio. So here they are, the Galaxy S21 series. No surprises if you saw the leaks, sporting a fresh new look that's also still definitively Samsung. The biggest design change on the S21 series is the camera module, which is integrated into the frame. See over here where the frame meets the camera bump. Samsung calls it the contour cut camera design. The bump doesn't stick out so much on the S21 and S21 Plus, but it's still imposing on the S21 Ultra, reminiscent of the Note 20 Ultra. Up front, the S21 and S21 Plus have transitioned back to flat displays, while the S21 Ultra still has one that is slightly curved. All three phones have screens made of Corning's Gorilla Glass Victus. That same extremely durable and scratch-resistant glass is also present on the backs of the S21 Plus and S21 Ultra, while the cheaper S21 has a polycarbonate plastic back. Phantom Violet is the hero color this year. The S21 comes in 4 color options: Phantom Violet, Pink, Gray, and White. The S21 Plus comes in Phantom Violet, Gray, and Silver, while the S21 Ultra comes in Phantom Silver and Phantom Black. Regardless of what color you choose, all phones have a matte finish. Unlike last year on the Z Fold 2, for example. If you got copper, it was matte. If you chose black, it was glossy. I like this more smudge-resistant matte finish better. The Galaxy S21, S21 Plus, and S21 Ultra come in 3 different sizes: 6.2, 6.7, and 6.8 inches respectively. The S21 Ultra is a tad bit smaller than last year's model. A more reasonable size, if you ask me. All phones have dynamic AMOLED displays and sport the trendy 120Hz refresh rate. On the S21 Ultra, you can enjoy that 120Hz goodness on 4K. All 3 phones have a feature called Eye Comfort Shield that automatically adjusts blue light levels to reduce eye fatigue. The Ultra, being the most advanced model, gets a 25% brighter display with a max brightness of 1500 nits. On paper, the S21 and S21 Plus have the same cameras as on last year's models: a 12-megapixel wide camera with dual pixel technology and OIS, an ultra-wide-angle camera with a 120-degree field of view, and a 64-megapixel telephoto camera with 3 times optical zoom and OIS. The S21 Ultra, on the other hand, gets a host of camera upgrades, including a new 108-megapixel sensor for its main wide camera and 2 telephoto lenses, one with 3x optical zoom, the other 10x. On top of that, it's also got laser autofocus. But even if you get the S21 or S21 Plus, Samsung is promising computational photography-based improvements, so photos will look better. It's also rolling out new camera features. Single take mode, for example, uses AI to analyze more frames per second. There's also 8K video recording, and if you shoot an 8K video, you can also take a high resolution still. It's called 8K Snap. Content creators will love a new feature called Director's View that not only lets you shoot using your front and rear cameras at the same time, but also gives you a true multi-camera setup. See these live thumbnails over here? That's what all 3 cameras see, and with a quick tap, you can seamlessly switch between any of the 3. AI is also used for enhanced portrait mode. Samsung is promising better depth segmentation and throwing in some new portrait lighting effects. And for true Samsung fans, it's not called live focus anymore. Remember how zooming in further than 10x makes it hard to keep your subject in the middle of a frame? Zoom Lock naturalizes shaky hands and uses AI to keep your subject in the center of a frame. The S21 series is also a better video camera. You can now shoot 4K video at 60 frames per second using any of the phone's cameras, including the selfie camera, or 8K at 24 FPS. Super Steady Shot has been improved to give you better stabilization even in shaky situations, and just like we saw on the Note 20 series, you get the ability to use multiple mic sources. The S21 series is powered by a new 5nm system on a chip. That's either the Snapdragon 888 in the US and the Exynos 2100 in most other regions. The S21 and S21 Plus come with 8GB of RAM and either 128 or 256GB of storage. You can get the S21 Ultra with either 12 or 16GB of RAM with up to 512GB of storage. And if you take a look over here at its SIM card tray, notice there are no provisions for a micro SD card. The S21 and S21 Ultra have the same battery capacities as their predecessors, while the S21 Plus gets a battery bump from 4,500 to 4,800 mAh. On top of that, Samsung is promising longer battery life thanks to more power-efficient chips. How much more power efficient? Well, we'll check back with you after our review. All phones sport charging speeds of up to 25 watts wired and 15 watts wireless. And speaking of charging, Samsung is doing the Apple and not including a charger in the box. If you recall last year, they also stopped shipping phones with headphones. Speaking of, you might want to check out the new Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro, which Samsung also announced today. Our review video is coming out tomorrow, and if you're watching this late, we'll have a link right over here. The S21 also features Qualcomm's 2nd-gen 3D sonic fingerprint sensor that is 77% larger and up to 50% faster. The S Pen has long been a feature exclusively available on the Note series, but this year, it's also now available on the S21 Ultra. The stylus doesn't come bundled with the phone, and there's no cavity to store it. But it works just like the S Pen on the Note 20 Ultra, with the same 9 milliseconds of latency. At launch, only pen features work, and not the Bluetooth and gesture controls that allow you to press a button to take a photo, or flick the stylus in the air to scroll through photos in your gallery. The S Pen for the S21 Ultra is larger than the one that comes bundled on the Note, and as such is much more comfortable to hold and use. By itself, it retails for $39.99, but you can also purchase one bundled with either one of these cases. The S Pen plus this bumper case retails for $69.99, while the S Pen with this flip case retails for $89.99, both of which have slots to store your S Pen in. Alternatively, if you have an S Pen from an older Note or the Tab S7, those will work with the S21 Ultra also. Last year, Samsung added UWB to its Galaxy smartphones, Ultra Wideband, which lets you point your phone at another Galaxy phone to send files. In 2021, UWB will enable an expanded set of features, including the ability to unlock your car with your phone. Samsung is also launching an accessory called Smart Tags, trackers you can attach to your keys or your backpack, which you can then locate using Samsung's SmartThings Find app. At launch, only a Bluetooth model will be available, but using the UWB version coming later this year, you can point your phone around your room and a meter will fill up as you get closer. On a related note, Apple was rumored to launch a similar product called AirTags last year. That didn't really happen, and I guess Samsung has beat them to the punch. Now, while all of these new features are exciting, I guess one of the most important things to point out about the S21 is its cheaper price tag. The S21 and S21 Plus retail for $250 less than last year's models, taking into consideration some of Samsung's learnings from the popularity of the Galaxy S20 FE. The S21 starts at just under $800, the S21 Plus starts at just under $1,000, and the S21 Ultra starts a dollar shy of $1,300. That's $100 less than the S20 Ultra. All phones start shipping January 29th, but pre-orders start today, January 14th. If you pre-order between January 14th and the 28th on Samsung.com, you get a Samsung credit of $100, $150, and $200 for the S21, S21 Plus, and the S21 Ultra, respectively, plus a free smart tag. Samsung is also keeping the S20 Fan Edition on shelves. And that was our first look at Samsung's Galaxy S21 series. Which of these phones do you want to buy? And do you have any questions? Let me know in the comments section below, and I'll get to them in my review video. Mark your calendars, we're publishing it on January 21st. In the meantime, we have an S21 Ultra unboxing and our review of the Galaxy Buds Pro on our YouTube channel coming up real soon. To make sure you don't miss any of that, subscribe if you haven't. Hit that bell notification so that you get notified as soon as we upload. Follow me on social media for all the behind the scenes fun stuff, including some nice photos from the S21 Ultra. And as always, make GadgetMatch.com your daily habit. Until the next video, I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.